All right, want to start off by saying, Call, Halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. 144,000 men, 1/3 men, women, and children. That's watching and learning. To you, I say shalom. All right, I also want to give a shalom to my fellow brothers out there that's doing this work in all truth and sincerity. You know, lifting up the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Right? Feeding the lost sheep, you know, making themselves a living sacrifice unto our power. To you I say shalom. Right? I also want to give a shalom to the newly awakened. Right? May the Most High bless you in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You know, the true gold and silver of the scriptures. All right? To you I say shalom. Right? I'm the brother Nakamaya coming at you with another lesson. Right? I'm not quite sure what I'm going to call this, but it's going to be dealing with prophecy. Right? In World War III. And how, you know, the Most High is gathering these nations, getting them together, man, you know, for that great day that they get ready to, you know, punish that whore that sitteth upon many waters, right? But I got a couple clips, man, you know, some precepts bring out, you know, hopefully everything be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? Because his word must stand. You know, his counsel will stand and he's going to do all his pleasures, right? Actually, I might name it something along them lines right there. But go ahead and get into it. Hopefully everything be edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. All right, let's go ahead.
It is a mutually beneficial relationship that has flourished for decades. Ideologically close, Russia and Venezuela have developed strong commercial bonds, especially in the military, agriculture, and energy sectors. And in the last 2 years...
It ain't no coincidence that Russia, you know, deciding all of a sudden to do all this business with Venezuela, because America got sanctions on Venezuela, right? So no country's really not supposed to be dealing with them. But, you know, Mother Russia, man, you know, they got other plans in mind, man.
Years, Russia's help with Venezuela's state-run oil company PDVSA has become a lifeline for socialist President Nicolás Maduro.
They produce the oil in Venezuela together with PDVSA, but PDVSA doesn't sell in the international markets the oil. It sells it to Rosneft, and Rosneft sells it to international markets.
Venezuela's oil output has fallen by about 35% since the U.S. imposed sanctions in January 2019.
Since the United States, right? That's the only reason why their oil production fell, man, because of sanctions, right? Because if you Google it, man, the Venezuela, man, they one of the top countries right now as far as like oil reserves, man. Right? The United States know that. Right? So what they trying to do, man, they really want to start a war so they can get over there and get it. Just like they did everywhere else, Iran. You know what I'm saying? Pakistan. Not Pakistan, but Afghanistan. You know, that's why you know, Edomites around here all doped up off of opioids, man. Because they invade these other countries, man, they take the goods, man. Right? So that's and they stage coups and uprisings, man, and, you know, to destabilize the countries, man. And then they send in their military, man, and they rob you blind, man, in the name of democracy, right? Yeah, well, this is an example of these countries, man, getting riled up and saying, you know, they want that smoke, in other words, man. They getting ready. You know, they want that beef, man.
The U.S. says it's not going to stand by while Russia's Rosneft trading keeps the Venezuelan oil industry afloat.
While Venezuela is...
America not just going to stand by. You see that pride there, man? Right? We put sanctions on it. Russia say we're going to still do business with them, so America say, well, we ain't going to just stand by, right? You see that? Most High said the Egyptian against the Egyptian right there. Right? And we know who's going to win this battle according to Bible prophecy, man. Right? We just seeing the setup right here. This is the setup right here, man.
Is undergoing the crisis it is undergoing, the humanitarian crisis, the economic crisis. What is Russia doing? Siphoning money out, not giving aid, siphoning money out.
There it goes. Like he's always concerned, right? The humanitarian problems over there. What about your humanitarian problems, Mr. Esau, man? You looked at your country lately, man. You see all these marches, man? If they had side-by-side comparisons between your country and their country, man, you couldn't tell the difference between Babylon and Venezuela right now, man. You see the pride of this devil, man? Right? But he finna tell this man how to run his country. And the reason why his country in turmoil is because you got sanctions on it, right? You contributing to that, right? But you don't want to tell that part, right? I tell you, man, hey, man, this devil deceitful, man. Right? Go to the book of Habakkuk, man. Chapter 2, verse 15. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also, that thou mayest look upon thy nakedness, right? And that's exactly what you was doing, man. Criticizing this man about the turmoil in his country. And the whole time, man, you stage those coups, man. Why don't you tell him about the sanctions, man, and what that does to a country, right? That's why they disobeying your sanctions, man, and helping each other, right? Got Russian coming in to the rescue, right? And that's why you're not just going to stand by and let Russia come in, because it's also about positioning, right? Because Russia, as it already been reported, is already giving them military weapons, man. Then at the beginning of this video, they said something about Russia also providing Venezuela with military aid as well, man. So that's just a launch pad as well. So when the missiles get sent, hey, that's just another another spot you're going to have to defend from, man, because they're going to be coming from Venezuela as well, man. Right? And you know that. That's why you're so heavily vested in getting yourself involved in Russia and in Venezuela, right? All right. Let's go to but all this happening for a reason, man. Because prophecy must get fulfilled. Right? Got to. Right, let's go ahead and get some scripture, right? Because the reason why the Most High is doing this here, right? So that his word don't come back unto him void. Got the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, and to the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination, right? That's what it's all about, right? That's why you're getting that. That's why you're getting all this together, man. Forming alliances, right? Positioning these nations. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger, for all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy, right? So ultimately at the end, this is the ultimate play right here, right? But this is the build up, man, right? We see the alliances forming. We see the Most High bringing these countries together, right? Play some more of that video.
12 cooperation between Moscow and Caracas to produce, transport, and sell oil to other markets is earning Russia's state-controlled enterprises an estimated $120 million per month. And it gives Russia an opportunity for influence in the Americas.
And that's why Russia doing it, man. You heard them numbers, man. Russia getting paid, man. Russia ain't playing, right? Russia is doing business, man. Smartly, diplomatically, right? I do you a favor, you do me a favor, right? The way business should be done, right? But what does Babylon the Great do, man? What you was blessed with, man, the sword, man, right? So that's always your answer for everything, man. You see that? But they ain't always good, man, because all these nations ain't really with that, man. It was once upon a time, man, when your sword was you know what I'm saying, when you pulled it out, man, they listened. Now they tired of listening to you, man. Right? You see that? They forming alliances, man. They say if they put their swords together, man, it's gonna be bigger than what you got, man. They ain't even scared of you no more, man.
Of course, the United States see this region as their backyard, and of course, you can see U.S. involvement in Ukraine, for example, and of course, it makes Russians a little bit nervous, and I think that.
Because it's all about position, man. Right? All about position. That's why the United States is so heavily invested in Ukraine. Because if we can befriend them, right? If we can get nations over there and get our bases over there, we can set launch pads up over there, right? It's the same thing, man. These war games, man, right? They know what they're doing, man. Right? Same thing with Russia, right? Venezuela very close to Russia, right? It's a lot closer to Russia than it's a lot closer to the United States than Russia is, right? And that's just another launch pad, man, for when these missiles get sunk. You see that? Right? But if the United States can get one of these countries in Ukraine, right? If they can get one of these countries there to play along, then they can get launch pads over there, right? That's why Russia is so aggressive over there in that region, man. Right? Gotta keep all these things in mind, man. World War III is coming, man. Fast.
The same thing that goes for the United States.
2 weeks ago, President Trump welcomed Venezuela's opposition leader, Juan Guaidó, to the White House.
Now, he had a meeting with the Venezuela president, right? Let's see how this went.
Days later, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov showed his support for President Maduro with a visit to Venezuela.
Now, days later after that meeting, the Venezuela president said, you know what, we finna deal with Russia instead, man, right? We had a meeting with the United States, right? The land of the free, the home of the brave, right? The ones who want to spread democracy everywhere, right? We heard them out, right? And we heard the Russians, right? But we decided to side with the Russians, right? Let's find out why, though, right?
We wholeheartedly condemn blackmail, sanctions, and other measures that go against the Charter of the United Nations. And
they wholeheartedly condemn blackmail, right? So in your meeting, right, instead of you trying to do things diplomatically, right, you try to blackmail, the the Venezuelans, man, right? So what they said, the hell with you, man. We finna side with we finna do business with Russia, man. Right? Because people are tired of that, man. They getting sick of you, man. Right? Even your own people. While you around here criticizing, Venezuela about their civil unrest, man. You took a look in your backyard lately, man. Scripture did say no, these to keep us at home, right? Got the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in their power of their hands. Right? That's what you've been doing the whole time, man. And time is running out for you, Mr. Red, man. Right? Because the nations are sick of you, man. Right? Trying to rule through blackmail, right? And then through your unrighteous dealings, right? Cause the Venezuelans to side with Russia, man. You see that? Nah. Instead of you coming, subtle, like you should have been, right? Now you got just that many more missiles, that much more closer to you, right? But you ain't gonna allow that to happen, right? You finna fight this tooth and nail, man, right? Play a little more of that video, man. I got some more there.
this includes military intervention in sovereign nations.
The U.S. has said military intervention is an option. President Maduro says he takes the threat seriously, preparing the armed forces with military exercises.
No queremos terrorismo. No.
Now, we always know the military option for the United States, that's always on the table, man. Actually, that's their only option, man. Right? Because they don't know how to do things peacefully, man. All right? That was never their, that was never their strong suit. Right? Go to the book of Genesis, chapter 2. Actually, chapter 4, verse 12. Right? Because it was said from the beginning, man, you just be a scum in the earth, man. Got the book of Genesis, chapter 4, verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto her thy strength, unto thee her strength. That's the point right here. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And that's exactly what you is today, Mr. Red, man. Right? Ruling through deceit, man. Right? And treachery. And bloodshed, man. Just like you did from the beginning, man. Nothing new with you, man. All right? Got another video I want to watch, get to. All right? Because the Most High is bringing these nations together, man. All right? Now that's Russia and Iran, right? I mean that's Russia and Venezuela. Now you got Iran also joining in, right? Another foe of Babylon the Great, right? They got sanctions on them too. Now this the crazy part about it. They got sanctions on Iran and sanctions on Venezuela. Both of them. Matter of fact, they got sanctions on Russia too. All of them bucking the sanctions, man. Right? I go to show you, man. It's it for Babylon, man. Right? Go ahead and get into this next clip.
In the Venezuelan capital, Caracas, the queue at the petrol station can last for days.
This is the richest country in the world, and we should not be like this because there is wealth, there is oil, there is everything.
Now you got everything. Now why are you suffering like that if you got everything? You see the power of this devil, man? Right? How is it supposed to be peace on this earth with this devil in power, man? Right? And you got our people trying to save this man, and they don't even see, you know, the depth of this man's deception, right? Because they too busy trying to buy Jordans, you know what I'm saying, or eat some damn pork chops, right? But this is what this man is doing, man, right? This is how you know he's affecting these other countries, right? So while you around here marching, right, busting out windows, you know, and burning down buildings, right? This is what this man is doing in other countries, man. Right? See? They're wearing masks just like you.
The shortages have plagued Venezuela for years, ever since its 1.3 million barrel a day refining network collapsed, which critics blame on underinvestment and mismanagement by the state oil company. Now, President Nicolas Maduro has turned to Iran for help, for fuel itself and chemicals to help get the oil industry back on track.
Those 5 ships are bringing gasoline.
Now, he turned into Iran now. Now, Iran got sanctions on them. They ain't even supposed to be doing this, right? This against the, you know, the orders of, you know, Esau, man. Right? But they don't care, man. Right? They said the hell with Esau.
Regarding the technical support for the reactivation of the refinery, what the Venezuelan government asked us for in the past weeks was to bring input materials, catalysts, which Iran brought through the planes.
Ship tracking shows the first of the 5 tankers left the Iranian port city of Bandar Abbas in March. The first tanker, Fortune, is expected to arrive in Venezuela in the next few days. Iran is a long-time ally of Venezuela and fellow rival of the United States. Both countries' oil sectors are already under US sanctions. The White House says it's considering how to respond to the shipment.
Look, both of the oil refineries are on the U.S. sanctions, right? And they still dealing, right? So United States saying, look, what our next move is, right? We trying to figure out how we gonna respond next, but we know how Esau responds, man. We know how Babylon the Great responds, man, with the sword, right? It's your only option, man. You ain't got nothing else. What else you got to offer, man? Nothing, man. Right? But lies, man. But the people ain't buying that no more, man. Right? You done been revealed. You see that? So war is your only option, man.
This would be an example of the Iranian regime taking the wealth of the Iranian people and wasting it in Venezuela on Maduro.
This would be an example of you trying to deceive the nations and get in here and, you know, take advantage of, you know, all this confusion that you causing, man, and position yourself so you can get in there and get some more oil. But ain't nobody going for it no more, Mr. Red, man. You see that, man? Right? So they really gonna force you to have to go to war, man. You just through, man. Right? And Russia moving in on Venezuela like that, finna get them rockets, missiles, right? So when he shoot off, they shoot off, man. You got enough missile defense systems to defend all that, man. Right? And they ain't no counting what Iran gonna be shooting at you, man. China, right? and all these other allies that's gonna turn on you, man. You in a bad case, man. You in a bad case, man. Right? You might still run around here pompous, like they still got it going on. Hey, man, y'all through, man. Book Isaiah, man. Chapter 14, verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Right? And that's what we're seeing, man. Babylon is becoming weak, man. You're being uncovered, man. Right? The Most High is breaking you down, man. And he's stirring the spirits of these other nations, man, especially Russia, man. Like every chance Russia get, the same way Esau, right? The same way you oppose the Most High, right? You against the Most High on every turn, right? Every chance you get to just to be defiant, you do it, right? That's how Russia is right now, right? That's the spirit that Russia has right now, man. Right? He's not playing, man. He got a mission. He gonna do what the Lord, what the Lord set out for them to do, right? So I ain't want to make this too long. I got an article I want to go ahead and read real quick, and we'll go ahead and close on that, right? Because Russia got major roles in this end time prophecy, man. Right? Now I don't know if you guys are aware. This was published on June 28th, 2020. Right, updated June 29th, 2020. Right, this is from the I think this is the Washington Post, if I ain't mistaken. Oh, the New York Times, Slovakia. All right, I don't know if you guys heard lately, but it's been words coming out of the intel community from through the military. They channels saying they found out Russia's been putting bounties on American soldiers in Afghanistan, right? They said they've been having this information for a while, but old king of Babylon's been rubbing elbows with Putin, right? So they ain't really looking too good for him, But the Most High say he gonna set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, so this gonna give these old bum Democrats, something else to hoop and holler about. But hey, Most High, let the Most High be true and every man alive, right? He gonna stir this place up, man, right? So on all levels. So let me go ahead and read some of this, and we're gonna go ahead and close out. All right. Says spies and commandos warned months ago of Russian bounties on U.S. troops. All right. The recovery of large amounts of American cash at a Taliban outpost in Afghanistan helped tip off U.S. officials, right? Because they probably done caught somebody with load amounts of cash, right? How you get this cash, man? What you doing with this, right? It is believed that at least one U.S. troop death was the result of the bounties. Go ahead and read this. A car bomb killed American soldiers at this site near Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan in April 2019. Well, that's irrelevant. All right, Washington. United States intel officers and special operations forces in Afghanistan alerted their superiors as early as January to a suspected Russian plot to pay bounties to the Taliban to kill American troops in Afghanistan, according to the officials' briefs on the matter. They believe at least one U.S. troop death was the result of the bounties, two of the officials said. Now, Esau, man. Esau he gonna play with them numbers, man. He ain't gonna tell you the truth, right? Because first of all, right, the American people don't even want their troops over there, right? They don't even know why their troops over there, right? Right. So the last thing they're gonna come out and tell them that, these guys got hits out on these troops while we got them over there. We actually got them out here in danger, man. They just targets, man. They just sitting ducks, man. Right? That's the last thing they're going to tell you. Right? And they're not going to tell you that. Right? So what they going to do? Deflate the numbers, man. Like this devil always does, man. Right? But the Most High, hey, man. Most High is doing this thing. Because these troops, he's luring them out there in these regions, man. Right? To do away with them, right? Because that's their fate. That's their judgments, man. That's why you out there, right? Your pride, right? Because your democracy, man, is going to be your, then the Lord say he's going to take in your own devices, your own craftiness, man, right? They believe at least one U.S. troop's death was the result of the bounties, two of the officials said. The critical information that led the spies and commandos to focus on the bounties included the recovery of a large amount of American cash, which ain't shit, but a bunch of monopoly money, right? These people print their own cash, man, nothing backing it, nothing. That's why they got to do all these wars, man. They ain't got nothing, man. They vagabonds, man, right? Did the Lord say that? The critical information that led the spies and commandos to focus on the bounties included the recovery of a large amount of American cash from a raid on the Taliban outpost that prompted suspicions. Interrogations and captured militants and criminals played a central role in making the intelligence community confident in its assessment that the Russians had offered and paid bounties in 2019, another official has said. Now, through those tactics that y'all use to get that information, right, how much of that is really going to be valid, man, right? Because I'm quite sure y'all tortured them, right? That's how y'all got y'all information for those guys, right? You leave that out, right? But we know we know some truth to it, right? Or has to have some truth to it, because Russia out to get you, man, right? Whether you know it or not, right? Armed with this information, military and intelligence officials have been reviewing American and other coalition combat casualties over the past 18 months to determine whether any were victims of the plot, right? Because you just find this out now, right? This could have been going on, right? Ain't no telling how long it's been going on, especially with Trump in office, man. You know, Trump rubbing elbows with Putin, man. You know, stuff like this, he gonna tell his intel community not to even, or he gonna ignore it, or tell the media not to play it, or when they do play it, call it fake news. You know how this man play, right? But hey, man, this is all a part of your destruction, man. This is all a part of your judgment, man. Didn't the Lord say he's gonna set a cruel king over you? 4 Americans were killed in combat early 2020. But the Taliban have not attacked Americans' posts since a February agreement to end the long-running war in Afghanistan. Yeah, peace, and then sudden destruction, right? Because you don't honor none of your treaties, man. What make you think they're going to just honor this? Slocky, what happened? Oh, man, I lost my... Okay, here we go. The critical... That's where I'm at. Okay, here we go. Armed with this information, military and intelligence officers have been reviewing American and other coalition combat casualties over the past 18 months to determine whether any were victims of the plot. I don't know how you're going to find that out now, but good luck. 4 Americans were killed in combat early 2020, but the Taliban have not attacked American posts since a February agreement February agreement to end the long-running war in Afghanistan. The details added to the picture of the classified information assessment, which the New York Times reported Friday, has been under discussion inside the Trump administration since at least March, and emerged as the White House confronted a growing chorus of criticism on Sunday over its apparent failure to authorize a response to Russia. Because Trump ain't gonna say nothing, man. You know, Trump is Trump afraid of Putin, man. Trump is a wimp, man. Right, y'all see that, man. He's bowing down, man, because spiritually, man, right, he knows, man. Right, Putin's that guy, man. Right, he's finna get ready to bring this place down, man. Right, so what we're seeing is the Most High putting all these things in place. Right, His word shall stand. Matter of fact, let me close out with that. My counsel shall stand. What that is, Isaiah. Counsel shall stand. There go Isaiah 46 and 10. Got the book Isaiah chapter 46 verse 10. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and there is none like me. Verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and the ancient times, and from the ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasures. All right, I want to say, call halal Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakal Kadash. Double honors to the apostle, the elders, the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Learning, watching. Hope you guys stay circumspect. You know, in these terrible times we got coming ahead, but keep your faith in our Lord, right? Because He's got us. We see prophecy unfolding. Everything's coming together. You know, the Lord's proving Himself. So in these last days, you know, gather faith as a treasure, right? I hope these lessons are edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakakadash, right? I'm the brother Nakamaya. Till the next lesson, Shalom.